There was a time when new technology felt dramatic. New devices arrived with bold designs, obvious new features, and a sense that everything was changing all at once. You could see the difference immediately. Screens got bigger, devices got thinner, buttons disappeared, speeds jumped, and entirely new product categories appeared. Tech launches felt like cultural moments. Today, new tech often feels smarter, more capable, and more refined, but also noticeably less exciting. This shift is not about imagination disappearing or innovation slowing down. It reflects a deeper transformation in what technology is designed to optimize for and how progress now shows up in everyday products. One of the biggest reasons new tech feels less exciting is maturity. Many core technologies have already crossed their most visible breakthroughs. Smartphones, laptops, TVs, and wearables reached a level of performance where basic needs are more than satisfied. Screens are sharp enough, processors are fast enough, batteries last long enough for most users, and connectivity is reliable. When foundational problems are largely solved, progress naturally moves away from dramatic leaps and toward incremental improvements. Those improvements still matter, but they are harder to notice. Instead of doubling performance or radically changing form factors, progress now shows up as smoother animations, faster background processing, better power efficiency, improved reliability, and fewer bugs. These changes make devices feel smarter over time, but they do not generate the same emotional response as obvious hardware revolutions. Another major factor is the shift from visible features to invisible intelligence. Modern devices rely heavily on background systems that optimize behavior without user involvement. Software manages performance dynamically, adjusts power usage based on habits, predicts actions, preloads data, and resolves issues before users notice them. The device feels more aware, more adaptive, and more efficient, but because these improvements happen quietly, they feel less exciting. Earlier generations of tech required user participation to unlock value. You configured settings, learned shortcuts, installed updates manually, and customized behavior. This created a sense of discovery and control. Today, much of that control has been replaced by automation. Devices make decisions for users, often correctly, but with less opportunity for exploration. When everything just works, there is less to play with. Design philosophy has also changed. In the past, tech companies used bold design changes to signal innovation. Sharp edges, dramatic curves, flashy materials, and unconventional layouts helped products stand out. Today, design priorities favor familiarity and stability. Devices change slowly, keeping layouts and interactions consistent to reduce learning friction. This makes upgrades feel safe but less thrilling. Risk aversion plays a major role here. As tech products reach massive global scale, the cost of failure increases dramatically. A bad design decision no longer affects thousands of users, but tens or hundreds of millions. As a result, companies experiment less with radical ideas in mainstream products. Innovation still happens, but it is tested quietly, rolled out gradually, and often hidden behind software updates, rather than headline-grabbing launches. Regulation and compliance have also shaped this shift. Modern devices must meet stricter standards for privacy, security, accessibility, safety, and interoperability. These requirements limit how freely companies can experiment with new features or interactions. Much engineering effort is now spent meeting compliance rules rather than delivering visually dramatic changes. This makes products more trustworthy, but less flashy. The economics of tech have changed as well. Growth is no longer driven primarily by selling entirely new devices every year. Instead, companies focus on long-term user retention, ecosystem lock-in, and recurring services. This favors stability over surprise. A device that behaves predictably and integrates smoothly into an ecosystem is more valuable over time than one that constantly reinvents itself in disruptive ways. Another reason excitement has faded is familiarity. Many ideas that once felt futuristic are now normal. Voice control, facial recognition, wireless charging, cloud sync, biometric security, and smart recommendations were once astonishing. Now they are expected. When expectations rise faster than visible progress, Innovation can feel underwhelming even when it is substantial. Importantly, smarter does not mean more fun. Much of modern tech is optimized for efficiency, reliability, and background usefulness rather than delight. Devices are designed to stay out of the way, reduce friction, and minimize attention. This is great for productivity and daily life, but it removes the sense of novelty that once made tech feel exciting. The goal is no longer to impress users, but to disappear into their routines. This does not mean innovation has stopped. It has shifted domains. Progress now happens in infrastructure, optimization, software architecture, security, energy efficiency, and system integration. These advances are critical, but they are not easily communicated in launch events or marketing headlines. A device that crashes less often or manages memory better does not generate buzz, even if it dramatically improves user experience. There is also a psychological element. Early tech adoption came with uncertainty and experimentation. Users accepted bugs and limitations in exchange for being on the frontier. Today, users expect polish from day one. That expectation removes the sense of adventure. When tech works perfectly out of the box, there is less room for surprise. Looking ahead, excitement may return, but likely in new forms. Breakthroughs may emerge at the system level rather than the device level. Changes in how devices collaborate, adapt over time, or blend into physical environments may redefine what excitement looks like. But those changes will probably still arrive quietly, integrated smoothly, rather than announced loudly. In the end, new tech feels smarter, but less exciting, because success is now defined differently. The goal is no longer to shock users with novelty, but to support them reliably, invisibly, and continuously. As technology becomes more intelligent, it also becomes more subtle. And subtle progress, while powerful, rarely feels thrilling in the moment, even when it shapes everything around us.